OBX wave report, filming south and east off of Jeanette's Pier as I'm watching 1 to 3 foot faces breaking on the second sandbar. Official reports came in at about 1 foot, and I think the waves are a bit larger than that, at least on the faces. Definitely clean and very well formed as we have a swell rolling in off the North Atlantic Ocean. Swell apparently in the range of about 1 to maybe 2 feet. Waters are beautiful and clear. We've got some dolphins just offshore, some terns in the water, swimming, doing their distinctive duck dives, and just a beautiful day overall with some whitecaps offshore as we have strong west winds blowing in the range of about 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 25. It is a beautiful day today with the bright sun streaming down and temperatures in the mid-60s with brisk west winds. And I just would like to note that generally speaking, at least here at Jeanette's Pier, the wave conditions are better than the wave monitors will indicate. Definitely rideable waves here on the second sandbar to the south. And just a general note with regards to wave monitors, though they are a very useful tool, the Mark II eyeball and the Mark I feet to get you right where the action is happening is always a better indicator. All right, so I have a few announcements for the OBX wave report. I'm going to be doing a live hybrid version throughout the late spring and early summer. I'll be blending the wave report section with the live observations here at Jeanette's Pier and at other locations as the opportunity arises. And so these observations will include my report for 3 spot locations based on the weather and wave data from the monitors, and of course the monitor and weather observation data I would definitely rely more on personal experience than, as a number one, than the monitor data, which can be a little bit out of date or not as accurate to conditions, without the human in the loop getting the observations. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead. I'm going to have to excuse the wobbling of the camera as I go. Flip forward up to today. So today is May 2nd. So this is the OBX wave report for May 2nd. And here at Jeanette's Pier, we've got waves like swells in the range of about 1.2 to 1.5 feet with faces in the range of 1 to 3 feet as some waves roll in here at, looks like about low tide off the sandbars here of the south side of Jeanette's Pier. Primary swell coming in at 14 seconds, that's out of the east-northeast. Secondary swell coming in at 8 seconds, that is out of the southeast. Winds right now 19 miles per hour out of the west, has an offshore flow. Air temperatures in the range of about 65 degrees. Ocean water temperatures here at Jeanette's Pier 61 degrees. Weather conditions today sunny, breezy with highs in the upper 60s. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And heading on down south to Rodanthe, waves right there, according to the wave monitors, in the range of 1 to 2 feet. With the primary swell coming in out of the southeast at 8 seconds. That is a 1.7 foot swell. Secondary swell coming in at 11 seconds out of the east-northeast. That is a 0.7 foot swell. Winds right now at Rodanthe out of the west at 21 miles per hour. That is an offshore flow. And air temperatures at Rodanthe in the range of about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So not much different from ocean water temperatures up here at Jeanette's Pier. And then for a third location down at Buxton, down on Hatteras Island near the lighthouse, waves are in the range of 2 to 3 feet with a primary swell coming in out of the east-northeast at 14 seconds. That is a 0.9 foot swell. Secondary swell coming in out of the south-southwest at 8 seconds. Much larger swell in the range of 4.5 feet out of the south-southwest, wrapping around the point there at Buxton to provide those 2 to 3 foot waves. Winds right now out of the west at Buxton in the range of 22 miles per hour. That is an offshore flow hollowing out those waves. Ocean water temperature 64 degrees. I'm sorry, ocean water temperature 67 degrees. Air temperatures 64 degrees. And weather conditions across the Outer Banks today, sunny, breezy, highs in the upper 60s. Down at Buxton, west winds a little bit stronger in the range of 15 to 25 miles per hour. All right, so that concludes our observations for the Outer Banks today. I did want to leave a note on weather. So right now, we've got these strong west winds, and the reason why we've had strong west winds over the past few days is to our north and west, over the Great Lakes region, a large storm system has been stalled. And this stalled storm system is in large part due to a persistent dip in the jet stream, which is creating a trough that is capturing storm systems over the Great Lakes region, at least right now. And we've had certainly some persistent rain and storm events over the Great Lakes region. Here in the Outer Banks, we have strong westerly winds, and that's the reason why we have those persistent strong westerly winds, is because that storm system over the Great Lakes has just been stuck there. And it is worth noting that there is a climate fingerprint on stuck storm systems. As the Earth system warms up, the jet stream tends to meander more and create these big loops and dips. And so when you get stuck weather patterns like what we're seeing right now over the Great Lakes region, according to some of the climate scientists, some of our best climate scientists, that's an indicator of climate change affecting the way the upper air patterns move and how storms tend to move through the various climate bands, particularly in the mid-latitudes. So I'd like to just refer you to Professor Dr. Michael Mann and Dr. Catherine Hayhoe on the issue, and Dr. Jennifer Francis on the issue of how the jet stream is affected by climate change and how we can tend to get some persistent weather patterns as the Earth system has been warmed up by fossil fuel burning. All right, and as we watch the waves roll in, I'd just like to ask you guys at the end of this video, as I always do, to please do everything you can to help speed the deployment of clean energy, which will help counter the effects of climate change. One of the effects, or some of the effects of climate change, being sea level rise and increasingly powerful storm systems that particularly threaten the coastlines. And so many of us love and enjoy the coastlines and gain so much enrichment from them. So if we can, please just do our best to help mass deploy clean energy such as wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. These are the clean energy systems that are much easier to rapidly deploy. And the more we do that, the much happier lives we will tend to live. So thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report, and I will be back with you guys shortly.